All right, are we live?
We're live.
Okay, so thank you for those faces that we can see tonight. I can kind of see Margaret. Oh, there you are. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Allie. So thank you for being on our call. It is always nice to see faces. I love seeing faces. And for those of you who couldn't make it live on this call, who are watching us on the recording, thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this recording. We know everybody's lives are super busy, but we do appreciate your support, and we hope to hear from you after you watch this video. Our purpose is to serve the best interest and highest good. Our purpose is to come together as a tribe of powerful women, and not always do we know what that looks like. So we welcome any feedback. We welcome if there's something that has been on your mind that you would like to hear us talk about or have a discussion on, or if there's a way that we can support you through this next month and through this spark that we are introducing tonight, please let us know. Please get in touch with us. So tonight we are going to be introducing, I need to take out one of these headphones. Give me a second. It feels like everything is really amplified. How is that if I just do one headphone? Does that sound okay?
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So we are introducing the fourth spark. And a lot of us know that as the fourth chakra, or the fourth energy center. So I don't know about you guys, but our third chakra was really diving in to a lot of shadow work for me specifically. So when we move into the heart chakra, I'm almost kind of, I don't know if the word is Twitter-pated, but my heart is skipping a beat as I'm thinking, oh my hell, now what? What is this going to bring this month? I have worked on my chakras, on these sparks for many, many years. For at least 25 years, I've been on this journey. And I've done a lot of work on these chakras. And it's always something different. It's always something new. This isn't just a one-time dive in, yay, my heart chakra's balanced, now what? Or yay, I dove into all that shadow shit in my third chakra, now what? It's constantly, we're constantly evolving. And I went into my third chakra last month on a whole different level, on a very deep, a much deeper level than I ever have before, which was a sign to me that I'm growing. I'm growing. So this month, when we go into the heart chakra, I encourage each of you to let down your walls, whatever that wall is that's holding you back from opening your heart. It's safe to go into your shadow self. I learned that last month. I felt very safe with our tribe. I put out some videos that were kind of embarrassing, not kind of, but a lot, actually. But I grew with those videos. I grew with my shadow self. So we are in a safe place. Our tribe is safe. And if any of you dive into this spark this month and find yourself doing shadow work, we got you. We have your back. We will walk with you. We'll trudge with you. So let's talk about this heart chakra. Some things about this specific spark that are my favorite are that it has to do with passion. So some things that this energy center relates to is passion, compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Now, when I say passion, I'm not talking about desire. Now that's in our second chakra. That's that second spark that we did a few months ago. The second spark is below your belly button, and that's your creativity, your sensuality, your sexuality, and that's where we wake up desire. with our sensuality. So in this fourth spark, passion is there, but it's different than desire. Now that we're in this heart center, we already woke up our desires, hopefully. Then we moved into the third spark and gained the confidence and the courage to dive in to the fourth spark, to look at what our passion is, to let down our walls and let love in, to look at unforgiveness and what does that mean for each of us. So that's one of my favorite things, is that it's related to passion. I get really excited about this one. And it's always interesting to me when I talk to my students or clients and they're having heart chakra issues, and I ask them, so what is your passion? What are you passionate about? It is so sad to me. It's always the same answer. The majority of the time it's, well, I like being a mom. Well, I have a good job. Hey, that is not passion. Being a good mom is, maybe there are those people who are passionate about that, but that's a hard damn job. I don't find any passion in that. And I'm willing to admit that. But the job, yeah, of course, you like your job, you love your job, whatever, but where's your passion? What are you passionate about? So I'm going to be focusing on that this month. I'm going to be asking myself a lot, what am I truly passionate about? Because what I'm finding is what I used to be passionate about, I'm still chasing that. And it's causing me stress. It's causing me a lot of mental stress. And I've figured out in the last couple of days why that is. Because it's no longer my passion. I've changed. I've evolved. Those passions, I'm not passionate about that anymore. It just became passion to pattern. It became just a pattern, a mental thought pattern of thinking, I'm passionate about that, I'm passionate about that. Keep going, keep chasing. More and more stress, more and more stress, more and more stress. My thoughts are going crazy. So I've really realized just the last couple of days, and it's probably because now we're opening up this heart chakra, that it's time to sit down and reevaluate. What am I really passionate about? And let those other things go that I just thought I was passionate about. It's not good or bad or wrong or right. Don't judge yourself that you're no longer passionate about that. It's a sign of growth. No reason for judgment. It's just a sign of growth. It's a sign of change. I've changed. Those things I was passionate about don't turn me on anymore. And I simply cannot survive a life that is not turned on. I have to be turned on most of the time. I can't survive without that. Life is too hard without passion. So another thing that I get really excited about in the heart chakra, one of my favorite things, is the element. So let's backtrack a little bit. Each of these energy centers relate to a specific element, right? So our first energy center, the element is earth. It's a heavier, more dense energy, and that teaches us to be more in our body, be more grounded, be in our body. It's a heavier energy, a lower frequency. Not good or bad or wrong or right. It's the perfect frequency for that part of our body. Our second energy center, the element, is water. That teaches us to be as fluid-like as possible as we create. Okay, the third energy center, the element, is fire. That is a representation of transformation. The fire within us, the light within us, the fire that transforms fear into courage, the fire that transforms low self-esteem into personal power. So now we've moved into this fourth energy center, and the element is air. Air is etherical, and the lesson there that it can teach us is about love. Love is like air. There's a frequency there. Our heart chakra relates to love, right? Unconditional love. Well, we know that love is the highest frequency. That's been proven. We know what the frequency of joy, love, forgiveness, happiness, depression, anxiety, there's a frequency to all of those emotions, to all of those feelings. Love, we know, is the highest frequency. So when we think of love and we put that in the category as air, it's so simple. It's a choice. We can breathe in that frequency and we breathe out that frequency. But instead, we've been taught from early on, ever since we were little kids, when our parents showed love to us as a reward, we've been taught that love looks a certain way. We say things like, well, he doesn't love me, or he would never have said that to me. Well, she doesn't love me, or she would do that for me. Well, they definitely don't love me because look what they've done to me. Well, I must not love that person because I'm not doing A, B, and C. Something must be wrong with me. Maybe I don't love that person. So we have expectations of what love should look like. Love is not an adverb. Love is not an adjective. It's not something we do or give. Love is a frequency, plain and simple. So I really love this about the heart chakra. It's a frequency that at any given moment you can choose to breathe in and breathe out. Most of us, a lot of us, walk around lonely a lot of the time. We're lonely. We don't feel loved. We don't feel supported because we have an expectation of what love should look like. You can be standing in the line at the grocery store and a very loving human being could be standing next to you. And all you have to do is breathe in the frequency of love that they are emitting. But we don't. Whoa, why would we do that? They're a stranger. First of all, we're taught not to even talk to strangers. Second, why would that person love me? They don't even know me. And why would I love them? I don't know them. I don't want to hug. I don't want to touch. I don't want to talk. Just leave me alone. You're a stranger. When I'm feeling so lonely anyway, and I just passed up the opportunity to feel loved or to feel the frequency of love. So I want to focus on that a lot this month. I'm going to be asking each of you, what should love look like to you? What were you taught? What should it look like? What does it look like? Is it an adverb, an action word? Is it an adjective that you would use to describe somebody? What does love look like to you? What should it look like to you? And are you open to changing or looking at having a different perception of that word and recognizing that it is simply a frequency? That's all it is. When we choose to breathe out love, when we choose to be love, we breathe it out. When we choose to be love, we attract that frequency because like attracts like. So when we choose to just be love, I don't have to have anybody to love. I don't have to have something to love. I can be the frequency of love and I can breathe it out, breathe it in and breathe it out. And that's one of the things I love about that center is the element is air. So simple. Love is already there. It's already there. So that's a mouthful for me for a minute. I'm wondering if any of you, Autumn or True or Margaret or Debbie or Ali or Kim, do any of you have any comments about this energy center or about love or passion? Everybody's on mute. So if you have something to say, raise your hand and True will take you off of mute. I can't hear you, True.
Okay.
I said I unmuted Autumn because she's smiling and I can see she wants to chat.
Yay.
Well, I want to hear from all the people that have signed on. I don't want to hog the time. I want to hear from you. But, you know, the thing that came to mind is Rumi said that life is a balance of holding on and letting go. And, you know, Star, as you're talking about what do you feel passion for, it's ironic because I've had those same thoughts and feelings this whole month, you know, asking, am I really doing everything that I love the most? And I think that I have a lot of things that I love and a lot of people that I love. I love very freely and very deeply a lot of people. And I'm one of those people that I want to know about a lot of different things. And so it's almost like life is an experiment for me of, you know, let's try this and let's try that. And let's see if I love this and let's see if I love that. And I want to try everything. And, you know, I have a big birthday this year. I'm turning 60. And it's not that I feel like my life is coming to an end, but it's my time. I'm getting more serious about the time that I have left here. And it's like I'm going into my third act. It used to be women had 2 acts, and now we live longer and we want to try more things. And I'm going into my third act, you know? And gosh, this is a really, really deep, I almost feel really emotional about it. Because what do we want to do with our lives? And it's more serious for me now. My time is shorter, like many of you. And when I read that, you know, Rumi saying it's a balance of holding on and letting go. What are the most important things that I'm going to really like just hug to myself? And what needs to be let go? And the heart chakra, or this 4th spark, really is that bridge between your lower chakras and your upper chakras. And it's where all of that connects. And, you know, what do you want to walk across the bridge with? And what do you want to leave on that other end of the bridge as you're walking away? So I'm probably going to be way too emotional because it's, I'm doing some really deep work, and I didn't expect myself to get so freaking emotional about this. This week has been really, just, I don't know, I feel booby about everything. And I think it's due to the fact that, you know, we are moving into this chakra, and I'm asking myself what's most important. Yeah. How about you guys? I got to collect myself here. Someone else talk for a minute.
So I have been just taking a few notes for the follow-up email. And I'm listening to a couple of things that really spark something that's strong. When you do this kind of work in a group, and magic is real, and magic is this inner temple that we come from that has a connection to all of the inner temples with everyone. And we have all signed up by being in this group together and paying the monthly due, that wherever we take this energy, everybody collectively goes. So whether you are aware of it or not aware of it, you know, it's been like happening this entire week. It's been starting to lead toward this. And last month, when we were in all of our stuff with our self-empowerment and self-love and self-worth, and the shadows that we go through, or the breakthroughs and the ahas, we really are traveling this path together, and we're bringing this energy, this magic that is powerful. And this is not a joke. It's not one of those things that you go, oh yeah, I signed up for that, but I'm not really paying any attention to it at all, right? It doesn't matter. It's paying attention to you. Now, whether you are ready to hear this right now, or maybe you hear this and you go, oh, that's what's been going on. I didn't recognize that there's, that kind of a connection. But it really is true. Our magical connection together, we are one. And we're starting this energy flow with the heart chakra, the heart spark. And we're all going to be experiencing, a lot of different things this month. And it's pretty exciting to know that we have this tribe that is support and connected together for us. And like Star said, bring your stuff to the page, because we are all going to be going through it. One of the most empowering times that I ever had with my heart chakra was a year ago. And I've talked about it a little bit, and I included a little tidbit about it in the email that will be coming tomorrow for our follow-up. But that emanating fact, that love frequency that Star was talking about, is so real that I was just experimenting with the intention through another course that I was in. My whole year-long project was to open my heart chakra, to open this heart and to really feel, because most of us think our heart. We think through love. We think about attraction and passion and things, but feeling it and actually having it start to crack inside of your chest because it's so powerful is a completely different experience. I had never had that in my life, except for when the loss of someone comes along. I mean, I've cried over a loss. I've cried over a broken heart. It's not like I've never experienced that. But to not have had a broken heart at the time and to actually be feeling with my intention, I was doing a master spell every day, every full moon. I had a ritual that I was doing daily, but I was running my master spell with the full moon every single month. And I had a heart chakra altar built. And so putting that kind of energy was really definitely focusing my heart spark in a direction. And my experience was a lot of pain in the heart center, like my heart cavity just literally felt like it was like maybe crusty and was just like breaking and kind of busting out. And at the same time, there was this fantastic feeling of love, but confusion, because I wasn't sure if I was sad, because the only time I'd ever felt that was sadness. But at the same time, there was such joy. And there really was a mixture of these feelings. I don't know if any of you have ever had anything like this before, but I went into a store and all these people were so kind. They were receiving me. They were feeling this energy that I was emanating out that was just pure love. And it was still in my head for me, processing all the stuff that I was feeling. And people were like, oh, here, let me get that for you off the shelf. Or they were like, oh, you can walk past me this way. And most of the time, I find that people are just in their world. They're doing their thing. So when this experience happened, I literally walked out of the store and looked back at the store and thought, what the fuck just happened? And I had to stand there in the moment and feel, I was like, oh my God, it was this energy that was coming out of my heart of love. And all these people just picked it up and they were returning it back to me. And it still is one of the most profound experiences that I've ever had. As simple as it was so powerful and so profound that I'm really looking forward to going through the heart spark again this month with everyone's energy, because I'm looking forward for even more expansion of my heart and more, whatever that looks like, whatever that is. I almost feel like I'm kind of a junkie, like looking for the same experience again or something, kind of similar to that. So don't be afraid. Just let your heart spark out there and put the walls down around it. And, whatever kind of maybe little ritual you can come up with that might, maybe you actually see yourself energetically cleansing your heart, or maybe you're going to dedicate some crystals to that heart, or build an altar, do something that actually signifies that you're willing to let this frequency emanate from you, and that you're willing to allow the frequency to emanate into you from others. Like Star said, don't block it, because maybe you don't, you're not used to that. You might feel like that's weird, but even if you don't necessarily have to reach out and hug somebody, but what if you just look at them and both of you just feel connected to making a hug, and you're like, wow, I don't know you, but how cool was that? It's like, be ready, because it's going to be very powerful if you just allow yourself to just open. That's it, just open. Does anybody else want to talk? Raise your hand. Yay. Go ahead.
She's still muted.
Is that me?
Okay, now you're on.
So as you're talking about heart chakra, this is what I love. If you ever are in a funk, right, with your heart chakra, the best remedy for me is animals or children, right? Do you notice this? Like, if you're on the floor playing with children, is there anything more innocent and loving and fun in the whole wide world? And when you're talking about the frequency, to me, that's what it feels like. It's being in that open, honest, childlike space where you have no agenda, they have no agenda, you're just enjoying those moments. So for me, that's the quickest trip for me to get back into my heart chakra, is to go visit the babies or the nieces and the nephews, right? Have Mimi Thursdays, whatever it takes. Yeah, so I would leave you with that. That's how I get back to my heart chakra.
Wow, I love that. As you're saying that, I'm thinking to myself, how often we can pick up a baby kitty or a baby puppy, and it's a stranger to us, but immediate frequency of love comes out there, or a friend's brand new baby, or a baby in the grocery store. Instantly, that's a frequency of love that comes out. No expectation, no agenda, no nothing. That's a great point. Yeah, that really is. I heard True say the word crystals, and I just wanted to throw out there, I don't want to hog the whole time, but there's several crystals that we can use for the heart chakra. Most of you probably know what they are. But as we go through the heart chakra, if things get painful, if things get hard, if things feel like it's too much, rose quartz is one of the softest, most gentle crystals you can use for your heart chakra. And in fact, I have seen, and I'm not the only one, I've read about it with other people, and I've seen it on my own aura camera. I've seen the color pink in the heart chakra. The color of this heart center is emerald green. That's how it usually will show up. However, there is often a very soft pink ball of energy in the heart chakra that gets picked up on the aura cameras when you have your photo taken, a chakra photo or your aura photo taken. And people who can see energy, they can see the color of pink actually in your heart. So if things get hard this month or things get really sad, know that it's temporary, and use some rose quartz crystals. If you can get some raw, that is even better. If not, then use your polished rose quartz. And we will be offering a lot this month, different things with maybe some moon ceremonies. I have a certain spell in mind as well, and some other ideas that we can do to get through if we are having some shadow energy going on. I can tell you for a fact that me working on my third chakra as deep as I did last month, as deep as I went, the emotions that exploded, that would not have happened on my own. It's exactly what True is talking about. It's because there's power in numbers. I know me, and I'm pretty darn stubborn. And plus, I'm not comfortable with a lot of emotion. I'm not comfortable with that wet stuff that runs out of people's eyes sometimes. I'm not comfortable with that at all. Never have been, never had a desire to go there. I've never really needed to a lot, I guess. I don't know. But I would not have gone that deep if there wasn't power in numbers. And it's because this tribe has made a sacred contract. The minute you signed up, you signed a sacred contract for power and magic. And that's pretty darn powerful. And that's exactly what I needed to go that deep into my shadow work. So like True said, those of you who just check in every once in a while, you've got busy lives, you're busy with kids, you're busy doing other things, your passion is somewhere else, that's okay. Know that you're on the ride with us. You're still on this ride with us, and we hold space for you. We know you're there, and we hold space. So any other comments? I would love to hear. Anybody else?
So I do have some challenges for you all from a perspective of feng shui. That's what I was really going to talk about, and then I got off on my emotions. But if you stand in the center of your home and you look around, this is a representation of the center of your body. So what is happening in your heart chakra? If you look around in the center of your home, and you have to kind of maybe make a little floor plan. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can walk it off and kind of roughly make it. Or if you just kind of know where the center is, and you stand there and just be quiet and look around, you're going to see a reflection of what's happening in your heart chakra there in that space. Because what you have created there is an outward manifestation of what's going on inside of you. One of the best ways to get in touch with that is to just stand there in the center and imagine a tube of light coming down around you and just kind of surrounding you, and attuning yourself with your home, because your home actually has the power within it to support your heart chakra. This is a really great place to build your altar. If you're going to do an altar for your heart chakra this month, the center of your home is a really great place to do that. And you'll want to, one of the oils that you can use, if you can do your meditations in this area also, and use the oil Clary Sage. It will help you connect to that energy. And put your altar there if you can. The shapes for the heart chakra and the center of your home is the Merkaba. So if you have some of those stones that are cut in that shape, artwork that you can hang in the center would be the yin and the yang symbol, or images that represent balance, because the heart chakra, like I said, is the bridge. So it represents balance, the balance between yin and yang. So this is a great time to kind of look around that space and do a little remodeling if you need to. Try to avoid colors that are really dark and heavy. Think of light colors and imagery of spiritual beings. If you're a Jesus fan or a Buddha fan, some of the photos that you might want to hang up or statues would be those divine beings that you connect with on the level of love, that represent love for you. So there's something you can be working on this month on your home.
So Autumn, when you say the center of your home, are we talking like take the square footage of your house and stand in the middle of that? Because I'm thinking, okay, so my house is 2 levels, so it doesn't matter whether I'm on the top or the bottom?
No, I mean, if you want to get really technical about that, if you had a 3-level home, the basement would represent the past, The center would represent the present, and the upper floor would represent the future. But for most of us, the main floor is the present, and whatever that is, that space that you live most on, would be the one you would want to be working with. So in your case, your bedroom is on your main floor, your living room is on your main floor. That's where you live. Your home, the basement, is more your workspace. So you'd want to be on your main floor.
So would that be like the center of my living room?
Like if you were to just make a square of your home and make a big X in it, right there in that center is where, and it's proportional. So if you were to divide that square into 9 squares, you'd have 3 all the way around, right? And right there in the center would be your center space. I should have pulled my map. You can actually walk off your floor plan just like with your feet. You know, that's how I do it. I just, like, I put my feet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just count the steps across both ways. And then I just make an X in the middle. And that's, you know, where it doesn't have to be perfect. So the square would be equal 9 around. The square would be an equal square right there in the center.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or did I confuse you more?
I think so. I'm thinking, well, would it be, but then I also heard you say it's where you spend most of your time. Choose a place where, no?
It's your living space. Your living space.
Okay.
For most people, that's the main floor of their home.
Okay. All right. That makes more sense.
Yeah. If you had 3 floors, it would be past, present, and future, but you don't. You only have 2. So it'd be your main floor.
So over the next couple of days, you're going to talk to us some more about that space in our house and things, and give us more ideas on, because I'm trying to take mental notes and that usually doesn't work well for me. So over the next couple of days, you'll be posting and giving us ideas on what that could look like in our house.
Yes, that is my time to post until the 10th. So I am going to be giving you some feng shui tips on connecting your home to your heart space.
Oh, perfect way to start this energy center. Perfect way to go into this spark is first, let's set up our physical space and give us a safe, sacred ground to go into our inner space. So I love that you're going to start us off with that. So I want to elaborate a little bit on what Autumn has said a few times about the heart chakra being a bridge. So think of it this way. The lower energy centers, 1, 2, and 3, they are more related to your physical existence, the physical realm, the earthly realm, your job, your home, yourself. That's more in the physical realm. Now your upper energy centers, the 5th here in your throat, and the 6th, also called your third eye, and the 7th on top of your head, those are more related to your spiritual existence, right? So we have all this information that we're constantly downloading into our crown chakra from the highest heavens. We have all this information that we're getting through our psychic awareness. We have all this information that comes in for us to communicate with. Unless we actually bring it down and ground it, we are humans chasing our tails. Around and around and around and around we go. We're just living that physical existence without all of this amazing information that's channeling from the upper energy centers. So think of your heart chakra as the bridge that brings that energy from the spiritual realm through the bridge, through your heart, down into the lower energy centers. That is how we manifest heaven on earth. That way we stop chasing heaven. We stop waiting. Okay, well, when I die and go to heaven, is that a song? I think that's when I die. I don't know, I think it's a song. So we chase our tails and we do all these good things so that when we die, we're going to go to heaven. And the reality is we come here to bring heaven to earth. And that happens through your heart chakra. That's why this heart chakra, it's so vital. It's so important. It's so ethereal. We really get to study that word, look up that word, be with that word, understand what that word is, and know that we are bringing heaven to earth. And honestly, in my opinion, that's the only way this planet is going to survive. Otherwise, we're going to blow the shit out of each other. We won't survive. We will not survive unless we are all opening our heart centers. Any other comments this evening? Any other feedback? Okay. Well, I think we'll go ahead and let that come to a close if everybody feels complete. Those of you who are watching this video, if you have feedback or comments or questions on the conversation that we've had here, please post it when you watch this video. We want to hear from you. And we love seeing your beautiful faces. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being on this call. Blessings. Mwah.
Yes.
Thanks for showing up.
Thank you very much. Everybody have a great and magical month. We'll see you on the page.